This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Pretty wild how popular Prime has gotten. Not the streaming service, but the actual drink. Energy drink, would you call it?
Yeah, well, I think there's an energy drink and now there's a hydration drink.
So it's like a sports drink.
Yeah, they're competing with Gatorade. And what's the other one? There's Gatorade and there's Powerade. But no, I just bought a Prime.
This is your first one.
Well, there was only one left. Apparently, they're really hard to find because kids in elementary and junior high are collecting the bottles because there's all the beautiful different colored bottles that they're lining up in their bedrooms and stuff. It's a collectible. Now, Logan Paul, like you said when we were off air, is a marketing genius. What a great thing to find out. For him to be like, oh, the kids are collecting these. We're going to be rich.
He's smart enough when it comes to marketing. If you don't know the story of Logan Paul, he was a YouTuber who has since got into podcasting. He's branched out. He fought Floyd Mayweather. He's a boxer. He is in the WWE now. Genuinely marketing genius. But he's smart enough that I think he probably started the rumor that kids were collecting this. And that's all it takes.
That's all it took. So the flavor that I have is the blue raspberry. And if you look at the actual nutrition facts on the back of it, it's only got 2 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
It's 10% coconut water, which is so good for you. Very hydrating. It's got lots of potassium in it, which was my goal because I had way too much popcorn last night at the Mario movie. So I'm feeling
So you're not sure if you have
so bloated.
a migraine coming on or if you just have a salt headache.
Apparently, if you have too much sodium or salt, it can trigger a migraine.
Oh,
so
damn.
that's why I'm kind of trying to be a little bit proactive here. It's also got 200% vitamin B12, which none of us have enough of in our system. Vitamin B6, vitamin E. Yeah, no, I understand why kids are collecting this because it's also delicious for only having 2 grams of sugar. So parents can't be that mad at their kid chugging this thing back. The only downside is they are quite expensive.
What'd you pay for that bad boy?
I think this was like $354.
Yeah, that's what things cost.
Yeah.
Sadly. It's delicious. This isn't a Prime commercial.
No, this is not an ad. We just heard from a buddy that his sons are collecting them, and we're like, what? Why?
Mm-hmm. You should see if they have this one.
Yeah, do you think they have? There was only one.
Right.
When I went into the gas station, it was kind of hiding in the back of the fridge. So I was like, ooh, I should probably...
You could make some of that money back that you paid. $3.50. You could sell that to our friend for about $1.
Seriously, I don't know. Is the blue raspberry one hard to find?
The one that looks the best to me is the Rocket Popsicle one. So it's that's the flavor is the white, red, and blue popsicle that you get.
Those are my favorite popsicles as a kid. Huh.
Yeah, this is so interesting. Apparently it's made over $250 million, the company. So who knows what Logan Paul's cut of that is.
If you want to be the cool parent, though, don't screw up and get them the energy drink by accident. Get make sure it's the hydration drink.
We should contact the company and see if there's any chance we can start giving these away on the show if they're that hot of real estate.
Yeah.
Really up our ratings when it comes to kids, 6 to 12.
Yeah, we could be way cooler.
Yeah,
to
we're the
children.
number one show. Just give away Primes anytime a kid checks in.
There are kids that I meet that are like, I love 107, but I'm like, do you know my name? You don't even know our name. They would know our names if we had Prime.
The Prime guys. You have to change the name of the show. I don't know why. I think maybe the internet has figured out my algorithm of choice, but I'm watching a lot of people ending up having to fight at work.
Okay, well, I think our computers are too close to each other because I keep getting that on my algorithm and I'm not asking for it.
I wonder if maybe it's just picking up in popularity. Fighting at work.
No, we don't want to encourage people to be fist fighting. Use your words like an adult. That's why I've never understood war. You're going to get weapons. Just have a conversation.
If it could only be that simple. I just can't help but watch the videos, whether it's, a fast food place and it's a customer with an employee behind the till just throwing bombs at each other. Or
what was the latest one that we both had on our algorithm? It was someone that got slapped or something behind the till. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that was a big
yesterday.
one. Yeah, and then I saw one today where a security guard at a Target, if I'm not mistaken, had to punch a customer who wouldn't leave them alone, started chasing them into the office area.
There was also a viral video from yesterday of a cop who pulled someone over, and then they started to fist fight the cop, and the cop threw down their gun and just started
Throwing bombs instead.
throwing punches instead.
Let's get some shirts. Throw bombs, not bullets. Wait,
I don't know if
that's
that
not
would
very
work.
good.
It's actually very misleading.
Yeah. Why don't you...
Knuckle sandwiches.
Knuckle sandwiches, not guns.
Can we talk about... I wonder if we could figure out who invented knuckle sandwiches, because it's brilliant. It's straight to the point. Because you get it in your mouth.
That's right.
It's funny. Kelly texted into 780-784-7107. Again, we're asking you, have you ever gotten into a fight at work? It doesn't have to be physical. When I was in high school, we worked at a Pizza Hut call center. I didn't really love a girl there, so one day we got in this argument, and I ended up throwing a ranch sauce at her head, and it exploded all in her hair.
Now, was this a ramekin? Because those can be heavy. Those are surprisingly heavy dishes.
I'm going to assume it's like one of those plastic ramekins with the clear lid.
Yeah, that wouldn't hurt as much. Or like a pre-made ranch. You know what I mean? With the like peel off top. That wouldn't be that bad.
And then forevermore, Kelly, did you call her ranch head? Remember that commercial Ranch Tooth? Do you remember Ranch Tooth?
No.
Ranch Tooth.
Nobody remembers that, Lisa.
Come on, someone's got to remember Ranch Tooth. It was a great commercial.
So here's my petty story for you. I'm a teacher, okay? So, we like to drink coffee. I like expensive, delicious creamer. So I would buy like the Coffee Mate creamer, write my name on it in Sharpie, don't use, not communal. And it just repeatedly kept getting used. So I'm like, somebody is using my creamer. So then I decided to kind of be petty about it, and I dumped the creamer out and then filled it with vinegar and put it back in. And then all of a sudden, nobody used my creamer after that.
Okay.
Okay, I was hoping that this would turn into a fist fight with
but
another teacher,
this
maybe.
is almost better because that person learned their lesson, tail between the legs, and no one ever said anything to you?
No, because what are you going to do in the staff room? Dump the creamer in and then be like, oh my God, somebody wrecked my coffee. Who put vinegar in this? Oh, wait, you're stealing. It was a great way to end the issue. And, it was kind of a fight. It was just very, underground. That's all.
Aaron's wasn't physical, but she said that she was serving, and a dad came in with his kids at 10 p.m. on a school night, was incredibly condescending, and eventually so rude that I needed to stand up for myself. She said that she told him he was setting a terrible example for his kids by modeling that that's how you treat people. And then I called him a bad dad, walked straight from that to my manager and said, table 14 is going to want to talk to you when you have a second. He deserved every word of it. Well done, Aaron.
Wow, imagine a complete stranger watching how you act with your kids and them looking you in the eye and saying you're a bad dad.
Rough.
That stinks.
Yeah, I would have a really rough time with that.
I worked at a Ford dealership. We were backed up. We were booking 2 weeks in advance for customers to come in. He came in with his truck. There was a problem with it. I said, I'll try getting you in as soon as I can, but we're booking for 2 weeks out. But I'll try to get you in during the day sometime. Just leave your truck. And he started yelling and swearing at me. And as he was leaving, the door to go outside of our shop, there was a frost heave, and the door wouldn't open all the way. So he swung that door open as hard as he could. And the way the door flexed, it came back and cocked him square in the forehead, busted his forehead open. He had about a 3-inch gash, blood pouring out. He got into his truck. All the customers, they saw him. It was like I smoked the guy and I didn't even have to touch him.
Wow.
That's a great story.
That guy had a terrible day.
No doubt. They should have given the employee of the month to the door that next. Imagine that, seeing that frame.
Well, and you know what? Dan seems like such a sweetheart for having 2 weeks booked up and being like, just leave your truck here. I'll try my best to get it in. That's when you just stop the conversation. You say, wow, thank you.
Right.
And you walk away.
And then bring Tim Hortons with you when you pick up your truck to say thank you to that very busy service bay. Ed Sheeran, I'm on to you.
Tell me your theory.
He's in New York, and he apparently comes across, what would you call somebody that performs on the street? Street performer. How's that?
That's the best sentence I've heard in quite some time. Good for you for figuring that one out.
Well, somebody looking for some money. A peddler?
No.
Anyway, he comes across this person who just happens to be singing his new song and starts singing with him. Oh, it's caught on camera. Oh, wow. And then he just happens to have 2 front row tickets to give this guy. And now it's a viral moment. It's BS. It's fake. Here's some of it.
Dancing with my eyes closed. Everywhere I look, I still see you. Time is moving so slow. I don't know what else that I can do. So I keep dancing with my
100% of the text rolling in think it's Busker.
Okay, Busker is the word I was looking for.
Busker works too. Okay, so what happens? So this guy's performing on the street and Ed Sheeran just like creeps up and kind of starts singing along with him.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
And it just happens to be Ed Sheeran's new song.
Yeah, this is totally planned.
And then Ed Sheeran just happens to have front row tickets to give the guy to come to his concert.
Yeah,
no.
This is fake. This is so planned.
This is Ed Sheeran's social media manager being like, you know what we should do?
You're not very good on your social media, Ed.
Right.
In fact, he deleted Instagram for years. So they're like, you got to get back in the game. Look at what your competition's doing. Look at Lizzo. Look at Louis
Right.
Capaldi. Like they are hustling. They are on social media. They're being funny. They're being wholesome. So get to work. This is bad.
Just a little too obvious. Like there was just one too many things about it. If the Busker had been playing a different song entirely, like a Louis Capaldi song, and Ed started singing with him, then I'd be like, oh, that's a cool moment.
Yeah, like if he was singing Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
100%.
And Ed Sheeran comes up like, he needs a new team. Like he needs to hire us.
Yeah. Or if he said, like, I'll get you some front row tickets for the show tonight.
If you know the lyrics to Eyes Closed, let's hear it. And then the guy just goes to town.
That's it.
1K wordplay.
Brought to you by Cal Mustara, your real realtor with Maxwell Progressive.
We are joined by caller 7. George is ready to win $1,000.
Yep. So George has never gotten through with this contest, but you said your wife has before, and she picked up $50.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Okay, let's try and do better than that today, George. Ryder's going to break down the contest. Maybe there's some people listening that have never heard this contest before. Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay. This is what's going to shake down.
So, George, you're going to pick a teammate, whoever you think you mentally align with more closely.
Or perhaps you could go based off of the other person having good words.
Okay.
You never know.
Look at this.
Wow.
Your teammate will leave the room and not be able to hear anything. We're going to give you 5 words and a 25-second timer to tell us the first thing that comes to mind for each. We'll invite your teammate back in, give them the same words. For everyone that matches, it's $25. Hit them all. And it's $1,000. Who you rolling with today?
Yep.
I think Ryder's my spirit animal today.
Sounds
Hey,
great.
let's get it.
Okay, so we're going to just wait until he's completely out of the studio so he can't hear anything. And George, I will start your 25-second timer right after I say the first word. Good luck.
Okay.
What comes to your mind, George, when I say T-Rex?
Dinosaur.
Wipe.
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 Wings.
Delivery.
Package.
Spaghetti.
Sauce.
Hydrate.
Water.
Good job. Absolutely crushed it. Still had 6 seconds left on the clock. Come back in, Ryder. I see you were singing out there with your ears shut. Is that because our radio station is playing in the hallway?
Yes, I had to plug my ears.
Okay. Ears shut. What? Ryder, what comes to your mind when I say T-Rex?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is that that's not a word.
It is. It's just a shortening of T-Rex.
Is that why you went with that? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm going to say dinosaur.
That's correct.
Attaboy.
Comes to your mind when I say, let's go with this one, hydrate.
Water.
That's correct. $50. Tied with your wife, George. Let's try and get to 75. Ryder, what comes to mind when I say spaghetti?
Okay. There's definitely 3 answers that it could be.
What do you think George would say?
Well, I think when you have the timer on, you say what comes to mind first, and I'm going to say meatballs. Oh,
Sauce.
no. Meat sauce? Just sauce.
Sauce.
No, yeah.
Dang. It's okay.
Pasta was the other one I was going to go with, but...
Spaghetti sauce. Ryder, what
I thought about meatballs after.
Yeah, but... Oh, well. $50. Let's make it 75. What comes to mind when I say delivery?
Pizza?
Oh! Started off strong. Package. You know, those are both really good answers, though. I never even thought about pizza. And last but not least, what comes to mind when I say wipe? I feel like George had this exact same thought process.
Baby?
No. George said wings, which is also a really good answer. Tied with your wife, you picked up $50. That all day, that's $100 you won from Ryder and Lisa. Not too bad, George.
Thank you.
Thanks
you for
playing.
The first word that came to mind when you said wipe was a bad word for bum. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like George also went through that. So not very fair on my part.
We are joined by Dale from Jeff's Auto Glass. Tell us about your business.
Basically, the name more or less says it all. We place auto glass, and we also do heavy-duty equipment. So if you have glass needs, we look after it.
And you guys are locally owned and operated?
Yeah, we're definitely locally owned and operated. We've been in business since 1983. We've got one location. It's on 15047 118th Ave, and it's locally owned and family business.
Dale, where can people find more information about your business online?
If you look up Jeff's Auto Glass, we've got a website there. It'll explain everything to you. You may have to put in Jeff's Auto Glass Edmonton because there is a Jeff's Auto Glass in Pittsburgh, which is nothing to do with us, but it does come up.
You're the cooler Jeff's Auto Glass, though, I'm sure.
Well, I don't want to slag anybody, but I've never met the people in Pittsburgh, but I'm going to go with yes.
Visit jeffsautoglass.ca or give them a ring if you need to at 780-451-5727.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.